Here I am. Great evening, great evening, great evening. Welcome, and welcome once again. I want to thank you so much for waiting for me. I just came out of an amazing masterclass that we had. Excuse me, we had some issues, had to use a hotspot, but we made it happen. But I knew you'd be waiting for me, so it's all good. It's all good. And I noticed that when I move my head, it almost looks like I have bunny ears up here, but it's just a butterfly. I promise. Not trying to be funny there, but I want to welcome you all for joining. Thank you so much for joining tonight. The Sonya Dungee podcast, episode number 157, sponsored by Always Destined for Greatness LLC. I am your host, Sonya Dungee. And of course, yes, I am still bringing the heat to the IG, Facebook, YouTube, and now TikTok streets as well. So I am so excited. And I just kind of want to jump right in. But before I do so, I want to just share a little bit of my story with you. If you're wondering who I am, if you're joining for the first time, I want to thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you, and make sure that you come back again next week and every week. We are here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. So just to share a little bit of my story about who I am and how I became your host and what I do. So my name is Sonya Dungee, and the reason why I am sitting before you tonight is due to my story that began on Saturday, January the 23rd, 2021 at precisely 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I held my dad's left hand at his bedside. I witnessed a tear roll down his cheek, and it was in that moment that I saw him take his last breath here in heaven, and his his last breath here on this earth, and his first breath in heaven. And as a direct result, immediately I spiraled out of control. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do anything like that, thank God. But I just fell into a dark place. I was suffering in silence, so I thought I didn't know that anybody knew. I kept myself very isolated. I didn't leave the house. I lost a lot of weight without trying to. I wasn't spending time with my family or my friends. I was running back and forth to the cemetery about 20, 25 minutes away from my house every chance I could get. And I had no direction, no purpose. I couldn't understand why that happened, why my dad was no longer here. It was totally unexpected. It came out of left field. It was in the height of the pandemic, mind you. And so there was a lot going on, and you couldn't go and you couldn't visit with your loved ones. And I took my dad to a doctor's appointment Thursday, and some doctor I never met, I'm hoping maybe she was a doctor, told us that my dad had 6 months to live, and not even 48 hours he was gone. And so I was lost and confused and broken, and those are just some of the things that I was feeling. And I felt that way, and I was stuck like that for 342 days. And it wasn't until I just couldn't do it anymore. I felt like that hamster or that gerbil, as people say, on a wheel, just going around and around and around and around. I didn't have to leave my house because due to the pandemic, we work from home. So I just left my room, shut the door, walked across the living room, went into the shisha room, did my 6.5, 7.5, 8 hour stint, whatever my tour was for the day, shut everything down, walked back across the living room into my shisha room, shut the door. I had a bathroom, so I had no reason to come out. And when I decided enough was enough, I had 3 grandchildren. I have 4 now, but I had 3 at the time I wasn't spending any time with. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. But when I reached my breaking point, when enough was enough, I made a conscious decision. I found myself a mentor, coach, one and the same. I found myself a community. I took action. I showed up for myself, and I showed out for myself. I never missed a class. I did my homework. I watched the recordings. I invested my time and my energy into that, just rebuilding myself. I didn't spend time watching TV or doing too much else, but I rebuilded myself and I poured into myself. And as a result, I get to be here today with all of you. And as a result, I'm a transformation coach, because if I didn't go through the things that I went through, I wouldn't have the story to tell. And my story is incredible. And by me sharing my story and being vulnerable, my hopes is that it will help you too to become unstuck. Because you see, with grief and life challenges and hardship, there's no rule books, there's no how-to. I didn't have a playbook. But by me sharing my story and giving you the tools necessary, my hopes is that you will become unstuck, or you won't allow yourself to be stuck, but you'll know that you'll go through things in life, hardship, life challenges, grief. You'll be going through storms. There'll be storms in your life, but you'll go through it and you'll be okay on the other side. Not to say you'll never grieve again, not to say you'll never have a life challenge again, not to say you'll never have a hardship again, but you'll be okay because you'll know what not to do. And I didn't know that because I didn't have anybody to tell me that. So, and you'll see me looking down from time to time, and that's because I'm checking, because I'm on a hotspot that I've never used before, but I'm making it happen. I didn't want to not show up, so I am showing up. Okay. So in that, as a transformation coach, I get to help those that are broken, stuck in grief and hardship and life challenges, suffering in silence with no end, with no direction and no end in sight, the same way I was, but they're ready to move forward, to become resilient, and to become empowered with an attitude of expectation and of excellence, so that they can meet their economic independence, so that they can be destined for their greatness and walk in their true purpose. So that's what I get to do. And I'm so grateful, and I love to do that. And that's another reason why I'm sitting in front of you here tonight. So we're just going to go ahead and move forward. And in that, tonight, episode 157, we're going to talk about the pen of the past. Okay. And my question is, why do we allow the pen of the past to write our future? Have you ever thought about that before? Like, have you really truly sat in it to think about it? Why do we allow for that to happen? We all have a story. We all have a journey. We all have a purpose. We're all here for a reason. No matter whatever you were told, that, how you were conceived or whatever, you're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. And our jobs, it's to answer to the voices that we were assigned to, that God assigned us to. And if you don't know quite what your purpose is, it's okay. It's all right. You can reach out to me. I'm willing to give you, just as I did everybody who attended the masterclass, the Boss Masterclass just now, 30 minutes of time, my time. You bring your draft or what you would like out of life, and what your goals, what your desires, what your dreams are. You bring that as your draft, and I will bring my proven blueprint. Together, we can sit down on a Zoom, on a private Zoom, and talk about what you really want out of life, and we can build your life blueprints. So I'm willing to do that. And I will drop my link later on this evening. Matter of fact, I'll drop it tomorrow, because I want to put in my my new hours of availability that are changing. So I'll have more night hours that will be available going forward. But I want to do that for you. Okay. So please allow me to do that. And also, Really and truly think about that question. It might take you longer than tonight's podcast, but really have a definitive answer, because you see, we have to get past that. We have to change that ink. We got to change that way of thinking. We have to be able to write our own life, draw our own life blueprint, know what our goals, what our dreams are. Anything that happened in the past is the past. And yes, sometimes we have to revisit things in your past to move you forward into your present. But we don't stay there. We don't stay stuck there. And me sharing my story with you, of course, that was part of my past that I shared with you. But I chose to take that pen of the past and demote it, get rid of it. And what I chose to do instead is to promote my new pen, my pen of the future. And in that, we have to learn how to challenge ourselves and to change our mindsets to a growth mindset. We can, we will, we are. Not, I'll try. We don't try. We're not triers. We're not triers. We're doers. Okay? I'm sure everybody has, whether it's in their closet or whether it's on their feet, we all have something of Nike. What does Nike's slogan say? And they're not paying me to say this, but what does their slogan say? Just do it. Just do it. That doesn't say just try, but just do it. You see, we all fall short. We all are going to fall. But the key is to make sure we fall forward, not backward. Because you see, if we fall forward, we still took a step in the process to fall forward. And it's easier for us to get up on our feet, because if we fall forward, we're face down, right? We don't want to fall on our face to get hurt. So we kind of stop ourselves while we're falling so we don't hit our face, our precious faces, right? But picture yourself falling forward. Now you're down. You're almost like in a push-up. What do? We push ourselves up and we get back up. That's the point. That's the point. And in that, as I said, you might see me looking down from time to time, and I apologize. That is not my norm, however, but I had some challenges, and we've all had our challenges. But as I say all the time, I said in the master class, and I say it all the time, I'll say it again. We have challenges in life. Okay? Whether they're political, whether it is spiritual, but we've all been challenged. But see, for me, I refuse to allow for the enemy to come for me, because we all know what he comes for. And so I made other arrangements to make it happen, because he wasn't going to come for me. He wasn't going to come for you. He wasn't going to come for my family. He wasn't going to come for your family. He wasn't going to come for our jobs. He wasn't going to come for our wealth. He wasn't going to come for our health. He wasn't coming. And so we rebuked that and we made it happen. And that's what I'm sharing with all of you as well. And I hope that you do the same when you feel these challenges that are coming, when you feel that enemy is coming for you. Don't allow for it to happen. Don't wave that white flag. Don't allow yourself to just give up. Okay, and in that, as I take a breath, okay, I wanted to share these things with you as well. Okay, so when I asked you, why are you allowing for the pen of the past to write your future? If those of you are unclear, or if you know, how's that working for you? Because I know I tried for 342 days and it didn't do me any good. I was still stuck. That ink did not dry well for me at all. It didn't. We, as of today, when you get off this podcast, moving forward, we are going to be responsible for ourselves. We are going to take our own pens. We are going to write our own futures. We are not going to allow for the things of the world to bring us down. We're not going to allow for spiritual warfare to come for us. We are going to be responsible for ourselves. We are going to be purposeful in life. We're going to set our goals, smart goals, and we're going to achieve those goals. And when we do, we're going to celebrate those small wins. We have a duty to ourselves to be the best version of ourselves. We have to be resilient. But in order for us to be resilient, we have to thrive. Okay, it takes steps to be resilient. I always thought, okay, I am an overcomer. I beat out death 4 times and I got over the most tragic things that happened in my life to be where I am. But in that, it was steps that needed to be taken. I had to realize I had an issue. I was stuck. I had to have a desire to want to become unstuck. I had to take action to make it happen, to get a coach, a mentor, find a community of supportive people, do the work, show up for myself, show out for myself, not for anybody else, but for myself. Do everything that I needed to do to be the best version of myself so that I could walk in my true calling, my true purpose, and then be able to emulate that by helping others do the same. And that's what I challenge all of you. If you don't know what your purpose is, like I said, register for a free 30 minutes with me, and I can help you with that. But you got to show up. You got to show out. You got to do the work yourself. I could want it for you, but you have to want it, desire it, and make it happen yourself. Because I can't explain to you what it truly feels like going through those things in life, the heartache and the torment and the abuse and the grief and the hardship and being a single mother at a young age and being told that I wasn't going to amount to anything and that I wasn't going to finish college, that I wasn't even going to go to college. Better yet, I wasn't going to be able to graduate high school with my peers because for 6 months I went to another school in another state that their teaching was already college level. A guidance counselor telling me that I wasn't going to do it, but I did, because it's something about me. You give me negativity, I'm going to burn that negativity, and I'm going to use it for fuel, and it's going to catapult me. No pen of the past, no negativity is going to keep me asunder. And that's what it's about today. Get another pen. Write your own future. Be the best version of yourself. Practice self-care, self-love. Do something for you. Get yourself in front of the mirror. Talk to that self-image. I am somebody. I'm valuable. I'm loved. I'm a child of God. I'm deserving. I'm incredible. I'm amazing. I'm phenomenal. I'm brilliant. I love myself. And don't let anybody break that. Don't let anybody shatter that mirror. Every mirror, every day. All day, every day. So, with that, I hope you got value. And if you did, I'd appreciate if you just put in the comments that you received value. I'm going to pop over and check the comments. I see that you told me where you are joining in from, and I didn't even have to ask you. Thank you so much. You're a serious lifelong student. Yes, I am. I am. Yes, I was here. Great topic, Pen of the Past. Thank you so much. Great question. I'm seeing a lot of value. Your life's blueprint, valuable. Blueprint equals how to pivot to the road of recovery and overachievement. I love that. I love that so much that I am going to keep that. Love that. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. I see we have some new viewers. Welcome, welcome. I see some amens and value that burn that negativity and use it for fuel. I love that. Yes, absolutely. Amen. Value, food for thought, which I can digest. Amen. And now I can go back because I was being blocked here. Look at you. Look at God. Amen. Yes, absolutely. I would not be here if it was not for God. And I know that God puts us through these things in life for a purpose. And I'm a Proverbs 3-5-6 woman, girl, all day, every day. I live by that. I've been brought down this path. I've gone through those things in my life to get me to where I am today. And I cannot be more appreciative of it. So I see some others that joined that are new. Again, I said, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Responsible and resilient icon. Got some more values in there. Thank you, thank you. Look at you, look at God. Absolutely. Amen. Amen to that. And thank you for that. Thank you for the comments. And I also don't want to forget one other platform that I did not check. And like I said, this is not the norm, and I apologize for that. Unfortunately, had an incident today and lost internet and will not be able to get it back until sometime tomorrow when they're able to come. But I did not want to leave anybody out. So I'm seeing a lot of lives and value also. Thank you so much for that. So I want to leave you with this. No matter the obstacle, no matter your circumstance, no matter that cloud that you're in, just know it's temporary. There might not be a set amount of time if it's grief, hardship, life challenges. But please, by all means, don't allow yourself to become stuck in it the way that I did for 342 days. Do the math, that's 365 in a year. For almost a year, I allowed myself to stay stuck before I did anything about it. And I don't want that for you. And keep in mind that if you're not in a situation that I described, but one day that you might be, just remember, don't allow yourself to become stuck. I've had viewers reach out to me and they've been stuck for years, and it's heartbreaking. It takes a toll on you, your mental stability, overall health. Don't do that. I mean, there is a percentage that it does lead to death, and I don't want that to happen to any of you. So just keep in mind, move one step forward. One day more than the day before is all it takes. And if you fall, it's okay. Just fall forward and get back up and just keep moving, keep going. With that being said, please save the date for the next masterclass. And that will be the first Wednesday in July, which will be, if I have that right, it should be July the 8th, but it's the first. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I'm very sorry. It's July the 1st. It's July the 1st. July the 1st will be our next masterclass. Please save the date for that. More to follow. I want to thank you guys for joining. It means the world for me that you're here. It meant everything that you waited for me, regardless of me being late. Be safe. Stay well. God bless you all. Remember to be always destined for greatness, your very best, and don't you dare compare it to somebody else's middle. Your beginning is your beginning, owed to you and you only. Bye for now. The end, guys. This is great.